Hello and welcome to another video of mine. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Godfall on the Xbox Series S and also on the PlayStation 5, by the way. Now, this game was originally released on the 12th of November 2020 on the PlayStation 5 and also on the PC. Now, when it came out, the critics really slammed this one, calling it a shallow game, a game with no depth and a very bad storyline. So in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at how does this game perform on the Xbox Series S compared to the PlayStation 5. I know it's not a fair comparison, but please note guys, I don't have an Xbox Series X, so therefore I am comparing this to the Xbox Series S. And it's going to be an interesting comparison nonetheless. Now, it's been 1.5 years since it originally came out, so they've got some time to work on the game as well, to tweak it, to optimize it, and to bring a little more goodies, you could say, with the Ultimate Edition. Speaking of the Ultimate Edition, on the PlayStation 5, I have the Challenger Edition and not the Ultimate Edition. But hey, in terms of the gameplay, they're pretty much even because both the versions of both the editions, they have a performance mode and they have a graphics mode or a resolution mode. So they're pretty evenly matched. The only thing that is available on the Ultimate Edition is a story mode, which is absent on the Challenger Edition. Now, with that said, let's get right into it and find out how this game performs on the Xbox Series S. So let's get started, folks. Let's get started with the resolution mode. Now, on the Xbox Series S, I don't exactly know what resolution this actually plays on, I'm sorry, but I think it looks more like 1440p to me, and that's at 30 frames per second. Now on the PlayStation 5, it's a little interesting because it's 4K, but the frame rates is unlocked, meaning that it can hover anything between 35 to even 50 FPS on the PlayStation 5. So therefore, it's quite interesting on the PlayStation 5. Now, when you finally zoom in as well, I was really surprised with the Xbox Series S because it holds up quite well, I would say, in comparison to the PlayStation 5. And it is not a pixelated mess here. And as you can see on screen as well, I think it looks pretty neat on the Xbox Series S on the resolution mode. Now, moving forward with the performance mode, now that's when the visual fidelity makes a difference, because the PlayStation 5, I think it runs at around 1350p when it comes to the performance mode with a solid locked-in 60 FPS. Whereas on the Xbox Series S, it's 1080p with a solid 60 FPS again. But here is where the resolution makes a difference, so you can make the difference out in the pixels when you really pixel peep. Now, getting back to the performance mode again and speaking about how it performs on screen, I've slowed the footage down and this is now running at half the speed. And as you can see, the Xbox Series S goes toe-to-toe with the PlayStation 5. It matches every single punch and it performs really, really well. So even in places where you're sprinting in, where the camera is moving really fast, the Xbox Series S looks fantabulous. Really great. Here I've slowed the footage down to 1/4 of the speed, not even half. So here you can clearly see how well the Xbox Series S performs in comparison to the PlayStation 5, and the 60 FPS really is a solid 60 FPS on the Xbox Series S. I did not notice any drop in the frame rates on the Xbox Series S. It gave a really great performance. And moving over to the combat section, I have slowed down to say about half the speed just to give you an idea. Now this is again on the performance mode. We're staying on the performance mode. In fact, most of the times I found myself playing this game on the performance mode, and I'm going to explain why in a short bit, why only the performance mode that is. Now the combat is again silky smooth, even with all those heavy particle effects on screen, with a lot of action on screen, the 60 FPS still holds really well on the Xbox Series S. So performance-wise, the Xbox Series S will not disappoint you. It again, goes toe-to-toe and does a fantastic job when it comes to this particular game. So it gives you your money's worth in the performance mode. Now, like every video of mine, let's give you a little bit of information about the game itself. Now, Godfall, it's been around for almost 1.5 years now, like I said. Now, the game is mainly about this character called Orin. So you play as Orin, you're the protagonist, and you're going against a character called Macross, which happens to be your brother and is also the antagonist in the game. And you are on the path to becoming a god. So you lead these warriors, these bunch of warriors along with you, and you are attempting to stop your brother Macross from going onto like this new god level, you could say. And what this game has is these beautiful, beautiful landscapes from a visual standpoint. This game is absolutely gorgeous. Now, there are lush environments, as you can see on screen. It's got a lot of details. It's got a lot of colors on screen. So it is a colorful game. It never has a dull moment from the visual standpoint, that is. You're going to have leaves that are falling. You're going to have flowers or flora and fauna in the background, which happen to glow as well. So it's quite an interesting setup. And this happens to be like an alternate Earth, maybe. I'm not so sure because I haven't really progressed too far in the game. But it feels like a fun game to play if you are into hack and slash titles like Devil May Cry or more games like that, or even God of War. However, God of War, in my personal opinion, is a far more superior game. In fact, there are no comparisons, but it kind of tries to fall into that category of hacking and slashing as well. There are fun moments in the game, I wouldn't deny that, but from a story standpoint, I kind of agree with the early reviews that had come in, say, about 1.5 years back. From the story standpoint, I really found this game to be kind of shallow because there isn't really much to fall on in terms of the storyline. It's not a deep story. So if you're in for this game, come from the gameplay perspective, not from the story perspective. Now here, I'm making a comparison between the resolution mode and the performance mode on the Xbox Series S. Now this is why I was talking about why I don't like the resolution mode on the Xbox Series S. I don't know if you noticed the screen tear, but if you haven't, then go back and check this particular section out. There is a lot of screen tearing in the resolution mode on the Xbox Series S. In fact, a lot of frame drops also happen on the Xbox Series S when it comes to the resolution mode. Therefore, I don't like playing this on the resolution mode. I don't think it's really stable on the resolution mode on the Xbox Series S. So if you want to play this game, play it on the performance mode. Well, on the PlayStation 5, surprisingly, I didn't find much of a difference going back and forth between the performance and the resolution mode. And another good thing is that you don't have to restart the game if you want to toggle between the two modes. You can toggle between the two modes from the settings and get right back into the gameplay. But here is my personal observation when I played this game on the Xbox Series S. To me personally, this game was unplayable on the resolution mode. I know I've read some articles about it where it says that the Xbox Series S does a great job on both the modes, but hey, I tried this on my television, which is a Samsung AU9070. Now, I did not turn the VRR on. Maybe the VRR would kind of help with the screen tearing and with the frame drops, but I played this with my VRR turned off. Even the HDR was off on both the consoles, the PlayStation 5 and on the Xbox Series S. Now, my personal experience, lot of frame drops on the resolution mode and even screen tearing. Go back to that section where I've compared the resolution to the performance mode on the Xbox Series S. You will know exactly what I mean. Therefore, if you really want to play this game, then performance mode is the way to go on the Xbox Series S. On the PlayStation 5, it doesn't really matter whether you play it on the performance mode or on the resolution mode. It's pretty close to me, both the modes, that is, on the PlayStation 5. Now, the Ultimate Edition, it also allows you to kind of get into level 50 with this particular edition. And it also has a story mode, which is missing on the Challenger Edition on the PlayStation 5 that I'm playing. It's on a sale right now, and I think at that price, especially in India, it's around 1800 rupees here in India. I don't know how much that will equate to in US dollars, but it's less than $30 if I have to make a direct kind of conversion. And at that price, I think it justifies that price tag. There is a lot. I think you can clearly get a lot of gameplay out of this game. And at that price, at 1800 rupees, this is worth your money, because if you're into hack and slash titles, like I said, then this definitely does a great job. Now, if I compare it to other titles like Devil May Cry, Godfall, of course, it's a comparatively inferior product to those titles, like I would say. But hey, if I compare it to other titles like Anthem, which I tried to play both on the Xbox Series S and on the PlayStation 5, man, on the PlayStation 4, by the way, this game, Anthem that is, was unplayable. On the Xbox Series S, it was playable. Now, this game is also available on the PlayStation 4. I've played it on the PlayStation 4 as well, and the performance is really decent. It's not that bad, but you obviously don't get the 60 FPS on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So you're kind of locked in at 30 FPS on the PlayStation 4 Pro, but the performance is solid on the PlayStation 4 Pro. So overall, my experience has been quite positive with the performance mode only on this game, not the resolution mode, and that's the mode that you should play this game on. Let me know your thoughts as well in the comment section as to what you feel about this game, and do hit that like and subscribe button if you have liked the content, and also that bell icon in case you want to get notified with all my latest videos. Now, if you think that I've missed out on something, then you can let me know in the comment section as well. And if you have any queries or any questions about this game and the performance of this game on the Xbox Series S, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'll be more than happy to look at your questions and answer back as soon as I can. Now, with that said, it's a wrap for this one. I'll see you lovely folks in my next video. And until that time, I'll say happy gaming, folks, and take care, stay safe, and may God bless you all.